there we go. Perfect. We're recording. And now I've gone out of the wrong page here. Okay. Back in business.
There we go.
Are you wanting me to share this one? It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So get familiar with your new office. So this is that $18 coaching fee that you pay every month. It's for this office. There's so many great tools with it. In your office, you'll find your dashboard where you'll find your coach ID, your rank, your qualifications, Beachbody news, news in the coaching world. You also get monthly emails from Beachbody, and they tell you things like promo codes that you could be using to get some more customers under you. They'll tell you about some of the promos that are happening throughout the month and little special events that may be happening as well through the coaching world. Monitor your business. You can monitor your customers' orders, your qualifications, your compensation, your downline. So that's where you'll see your genealogy. We'll go more into that on another day. We're going to talk more about ranks, but when it comes to being Emerald, you need 2 coaches, but they need to be on opposite legs. So that's where you'll find where they're sitting on your genealogy. And then the events will be on there for Super Saturday Summit, which is the giant coaching event that we do yearly. It was unfortunately not going to happen this year. So I'm hoping next year they just make it bigger and better, because I was so looking forward to going. And then just other upcoming events and photos from them. There's lots of training in your coach office. I really strongly encourage you to go through some of the training, familiarize yourself with it. It is a huge, like a very good tool. You'll have access to a lot of different things. And then the FAQ and support. This is where you can ask basically any question under the sun that deals with coaching. You can put it in the search bar, and a ton of different, or not a ton, but a couple of articles will come up to show you what you need to do to take necessary steps. So for example, if you have a customer that already has a BOD membership, but they're not getting the support from their coach, they can actually do a coach change form and be under you, and you can find that in your FAQ. There's also the chat support on there, and it's so helpful. So you can go on there and ask any kind of question. You can upload a file if you're having troubles with, like, for example, we had a coach having troubles with her W-8 Ben form, which you need to get paid. So I suggested to her to go on chat support, upload her form there and ask what the problem is, why it's not working, and then they can kind of go from there and show you. The other thing that is so good about your coach office, and Sarah has started implementing this as well, she checks it every single day. The reason being is because once you get to Emerald, you will start getting free customers from Beachbody for hitting certain targets. And through that, you need to be proactive and be emailing those new customers, introducing yourself, saying who you are, giving them your Instagram handle, asking if there's a boot camp that you can plug them into, asking what program they're currently doing, or if they need your help picking a program. So these are all very important things, because that will give you future sales through them if you're continuing to check in with them, and it'll also plug them into your ever-growing fitness community. So make sure that you're always keeping up with that, especially when you rank advance. But yeah, you're a working girl now, so we'll make sure to tag you into the necessary posts. I did upload them to BOD Squad yesterday, but it just shows you the steps to get paid and what kind of forms you need to fill out for that, and then a sample form to kind of go off of. Want to add anything, Ash?
No.
So yeah, to get to your coach office, you can either go to teambeachbody.com, go to coach, and then click coach office, or in my Safari, it actually recognizes if I just type in coach in my search bar, it'll be like the first thing that pops up is my coach office. So like that skips some of that step, but get familiar with going into teambeachbody.com, because that's also where you can find ShareAcart and everything like that. And ShareAcart is also its own entity too. So you can also do shareacart.beachbody.com, but it's all found in the teambeachbody.com page. So familiarize yourself with that as well.
So just a little bit more about your office. Paige kind of touched base on the share cart, but your coach office hosts your store for you to shop for yourself. So also in that left-hand drop menu is where you can go to shop. You can shop with your 25% discount. It's also where you can view and manage your customer and coach's orders as well as yourself. And you can modify your monthly subscriptions. You can change your preferred placement of your personally sponsored coaches. We'll dive a little bit more into that as time goes on and you start signing people up, but there is kind of like a system to it. You want coaches to be signed up on different legs and building up those legs appropriately to ensure that your business moves forward and you can rank advance. But we'll touch a little more on that on another call. We do have team calls first Sunday of every month, so we touch on different topics via those. That's how you can track your Success Club points. It's also where you can find your commissions and earnings. You can check in and see how much you've been making. Sorry, I just got a notification to save the other video. Oh goodness, where did everything just go? Oh, okay. Anyways, sorry. Continuing on, I just lost everything on my screen. So we get paid weekly, which is really nice. So we get paid on Thursdays, but it's like the Thursday to the following Wednesday, but like a week later. So like whatever we're working on right now, we're not going to get that paid for 2 weeks, if that makes sense. It's no different than a regular job, except for we get paid weekly. So all things business are in here. So we definitely encourage you to go take some time, putter around. It's your new office, so get to know it. And then, yeah, just touching base on the share cart, it's found through the coach tab on the teambeachbody.com site. You do need to have your coach or your customers first, last, and email to set them up. And if when you type in their email, it automatically punches in all the rest, you need to send them a coach change form. I will send you guys the link so you can save it in your notes, so it's super easy to fire that off. But unless you do that, anything that you sell to them is going to go to their old coach, whoever that may be. They may have tried the DVDs a long time ago through the website. They still have a coach somewhere out there. You don't want the commission to go to them, so make sure you're paying attention to that. If it happens to happen, it's really not a big deal. You can just get them to still fill out that coach change form and then just make sure that they check off the bottom box where any commissions or anything gets transferred to you. So don't stress. I, even as a coach a year and a half later, make these mistakes sometimes, and they're super easy to fix. Beachbody FAQ is so amazing. They're so helpful, and they always help us get through any problems. So you can always lean on them as well. But yeah.
I wanted to just touch base on the Success Club points because we sort of talked about that a little bit here. For the newer ladies, Success Club points are the sale of challenge packs and completion packs. So you don't get Success Club points from selling Annual Bod. You won't get Success Club points from selling like just Shakeology. It needs to be as a challenge pack or a completion pack. So the difference between a challenge pack and a completion pack, a challenge pack is something you would sell somebody if they do not have a Beachbody membership yet. It will give them their annual access. It'll either give them the performance line with the pre and post workout, or it'll give them the Shakeology. They'll get a shaker cup. They'll get a nutrition guide. No longer do they give you the portion control containers, but you can add those in. I think it's only like $13 or something like that. So you can say, I recommend using these. You can also use standard measuring cups if that works, and I can send you a cheat sheet, but always, always, always mention that to them. And then also the 80-day obsession challenge pack also has the portion control containers, it has sliders, and it has loops, but that one is not on sale. It is $210. So you have to sort of like give them that. You can say, okay, so you can do the 80-day obsession one and pay like $24 more for it. Or you can get the 10 rounds package and add the $13 portion control containers to you. You're still gonna get bands. You can use Tupperware lids as sliders, so that's also a better deal. So also make sure people know the value there. But Success Club points are what give you your free trips. So you can earn free trips by getting Success Club points, and that's also what gives you your regular customers and your paying, or your, not your regular customers, but your customers in your office that Beachbody will just give you. and you're paying customers, it will also give you freebies. So like you'll get the first time you hit Success Club, which is the sale of 3 challenge packs in 1 month, you'll get a free coach tank. So that's just them saying, thank you for working so hard for us. And then on top of that, us as a team, we do monthly incentives as well. So we'll touch more on that later, but I did want to talk about the Success Club points because it is touched on this slide. And I want to familiarize you with that because Success Club is amazing. I love Success Club. That is my non-negotiable every single month, is to at least hit Success Club 5. And I have successfully done that for 8 months in a row. So it's very, very doable. And you use the month from front to back to make that, like utilize that. For example, Jordan sold a challenge pack today. It's the 10th of the month. So if she sells another one on the 20th and another one on the 30th, and it took her 10 days to sell that first one, then she'll be in good standing. She'll be hitting Success Club in no time, right? So just make sure you utilize the month from the start to finish, because a lot of people don't even start hustling till like the 20th of the month. And then they're wondering why they don't have traction and they're not having Success Club points. So utilize your months, ladies, because it's a whole 30 days, right? So I just can't stress that enough.
I just want to touch on that too, since we're talking about Success Club. But when it comes to like regular client or customers through Beachbody and paid customers, so when you hit Success Club 5, they'll start giving you the random people who sign up on the website who don't go through a coach. And you essentially just get the opportunity to coach those people. And who knows, maybe you convert them to wanting to coach themselves. But when you hit Success Club 10, they become paid customers where you make money off of all of their sales, all of them.
And
which
Success Club 10 is only 5 challenge packs a month.
Yeah.
So very attainable as well.
As a new coach, it's amazing because when Paige and I first started, it was as a new coach, if you hit Success Club 5 in your first 3 months consecutively, you get a free ticket to our huge coach meetup called Summit. Now they've done it, and I wish this was the way it was back then, but if you hit Success Club 3 months consecutively in your first 6 months, they'll give you a free ticket, which is pretty freaking awesome because those tickets can range anywhere from $200 to well over $300 for us Canadians, depending on what sales are going on. They do like to throw out random sales or random incentives to get you your tickets cheaper. But ladies, why not just build your business, kill it, and get a ticket for free? It's super easy. You just have to hit Success Club 5 3 months in a row. That's helping 3 people a month. And as long as you're getting to work first of the month and you don't let off the gas pedal, you should be able to attain that. Obviously, you're brand new. So I think like using your first month is a great time to just kind of build it up and see where you kind of fit into this and how it works for you. But then it's grind time. You have 6 months to hit it 3 times successfully or consecutively. Sorry, fumbling over my words here. But yeah, it's really cool. And like Paige said, they like to reward you, so you get cool things like tank tops, which gives you more reasons to get on your stories and talk about what you do. So
absolutely. And just to touch on Summit a little bit, guys, this free ticket you're going to get if you hit that goal, it is so valuable to be going to these coaching events. You get to meet up with everybody from Dream Team that you've never even met before. You get to go to somewhere cool. Like this year it was in New Orleans. They'll probably do New Orleans next year as well. It's a 4-day event, right, Ash? But we kind of like make
it's a 4-day event, but most of us coaches like to make it like a week. You go a couple days before so you can meet up,
yeah.
Do what you want. Like they're in cool places, right? Like this year is supposed to be New Orleans. I'm a 30-year-old who's only ever gone to Dominican once. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to New Orleans. And yes, I'm going to take a week because this mama wants to go and explore and just be a human being down there. But like it's packed with like coaching events and dinners and Shakeology like seminars
and live workouts with
the super trainers. Yes, exactly. And like they give you your ticket to the event. It's up to you to find your flights and accommodations, but we usually all stick together in finding cheap flights, and then we all band together down there and we get a big
Airbnb.
Airbnb, and like it's just so much fun. And if you hit diamond or star diamond, sorry, they celebrate you by walking the stage, which is super cool because honestly, ladies, with this momentum and this level of training and this fire team, I honestly think that a lot of us are going to go to our first summit next year, walking that freaking stage together. And I think that is freaking awesome. So I just think that's super cool. Manifest that, keep that in your corner, and like, let's work really hard, because how cool would it be to be this team who started so small just in November, and by next year, all of us going to our first summit, we get to walk the stage together. I'm pretty sure that's probably unheard of. So let's set the bar. I think it'd be wicked.
And every single person on our team is 100% capable of doing that. 110%.
I've only been really working this since November. Like, I was killing it in the beginning of my journey, and then I fell off last summer, and then I just got back on my saddle in November-ish, and I really just dived into things in January. And you guys, I am like this close to being 1-star, and then only another move away from being 2-star. And that was since January, and it's April. Like, it's so attainable.
Very, very true. It all boils down to what you're willing to put into it, ladies. It's a direct reflection of what you put into it, 100%.
For sure.
On that note, let's talk about ranks. First of all, congrats to Tina for hitting Emerald right off the bat. Like, I took 9 months to get to Emerald, so, and I'm
Thanks,
diamond
ladies.
now.
Thank
So
you.
just think about the momentum. If you keep this momentum up, where you will be 9 months from now. If it took me 9 months to get to Emerald and now I'm diamond, the sky is the limit, honestly. But
Thank you.
Pardon?
Do you want to talk about this?
Sure. So there are many rank advancements, and as far as I'm concerned, I never want my girls to get comfy at any stage. I want you girls to forever, like, we're going to celebrate you. We're going to shout it from the rooftops. But in my opinion, there's no rank advancement. There's no amount of pay that I'm ever going to be like, oh, I made it. You know, I'm shooting for the stars. And when I get there, I'm going to see what's beyond them. I really want that energy to be infectious. I want you guys all to feel the same way. But you guys are brand new, so let's just focus on the first rank advancement, and that is Emerald. Emerald is just getting 2 coaches underneath of you. It is so easy, you guys, so easy. The reason why it is easy is because, 1, you should always be offering the discount anyways. If someone's signing up for a challenge pack, if they think that they're going to be into the products going forward, talk to them about the discount. People get so scared when you're like, oh, let me sign you up with a coach account. It gets you a discount. This is when you need to express to them that this company is what you make of it. Yes, we work alongside Beachbody, but this is our own business, you know? Some of you are going to do this just because you want to treat yourself to your hair and nails, and you only want to earn a couple bucks every week. And that is great. I love that. I'm here for it. Me, I want to be a fucking millionaire, for lack of better words. Pardon my French. I want to be at the top. I want to be like 15 above star. I want to be like out there. I want all my hard work to pay off, and I want to be the breadwinner. I want Mo to not have to work, and I want to travel and do whatever the frick I want and live in my dream house. That is my goal. Doesn't mean it has to be your goal. But tell them, like, you get what you put into it. If all this girl wants is the discount, babe, that's all you get. There is no pressure. There is no requirements. It's not like when you sign up, you have to be signing up this many people, or you can't be a coach. Literally, how I pitch it to them is, I'm going to sign you up with this challenge pack today, but you have 30 days to decide how you feel about the products. If within the first 30 days, you decide that going forward, you love the products and you want to get them every month, please allow me to sign you up with a 25% discount that I get. The only thing that changes for you is you pay $18 a month. You still save money even though you're paying that $18 a month, but what the $18 a month does is give you the 25% discount, and heaven forbid you inspire Becky down the road, or your sister, or your mom, or your grandma, or your co-worker to do this with you. Well, now you also have paid for a coach ID in an office where you yourself can sign them up and you can get that 25% commission in your pocket rather than sending them my way and putting it into mine. Does that mean that you have to be a coach and be all over your page and advertising and running with this? Absolutely not, because you're on my team and I would love to help you any way I can to ensure that these people are getting what they need out of a coach. You may not be ready to be their coach. That's where I step in. I can help you. I don't mind. You have an entire team who can give them what they need when it comes to coaching. But you get that little bit of money in your pocket. So that's pretty freaking cool. Plus you're saving money on your products. It's a no-brainer. So then there you have it. You have a discount coach. Boom. That's one freaking coach, girls. Super freaking easy. My advice to you though, if you want this to be a thing and you want to grow and expand and make it the easiest climb possible, try your hardest to make that second coach a working coach. Because in order to advance to things like Diamond, you need X amount of coaches on each leg. We'll go into this, I think, on our next team call. Now that we have so many new girls, we'll talk about like legs and placement, etc. But you'll want your legs to be strong, and you need an emerald on both leg, right? So you need working coaches. You need girls that want this to be a business to advance. Or if you end up with a whole bunch of discount coaches, you can only really get so far, right? So take the corners where you can, but don't completely cut them, because it's still a business and you don't want to make it harder for yourself. You want to make it easier for yourself. If you are signing up a bunch of discount coaches and you're having to work their businesses for them, you're going to burn yourself out, and this isn't going to become like a thriving, enjoyable journey, you know? So that being said though, if how you get to Emerald is to discount coaches, you're not doomed, you know? It's just going to take a little bit more strategizing, a little bit more work. And that's what me and Paige are here for. We're here to help you, or whoever your coach may be. We will always help you figure out a way to get you to that next rank and whatnot. But I always strongly encourage that to get to Emerald, try and get that discount coach, but also try and get a working coach. I think
add, the other way you can do it, if you end up with a runner, like if you end up with somebody who wants to coach and wants to actually run with this and share about it and everything like that, if you are pushing for Emerald and you want those bonuses and you want those free customers from Beachbody for hitting your certain targets, sign up your spouse. So have your spouse be your discount coach, especially if you are purchasing the products every month. You can actually split them up. So as long as I have a 90 PV order on my own account, I can hit my Success Club numbers. And then Alan, I actually signed Alan up and I purchase my pre-workout and my collagen every month from him. And that gives me 50 PV on his account. So that actually adds to my team volume in the end. And it allows my team volume to be a bigger number, right? So it all comes back to you anyways, which is super cool. So yeah, I signed Alan up with a challenge pack. He is who brought me to Diamond. I ended up signing up like 4 or 5 other coaches after him, but it was like at that point I wanted to be Diamond and I knew that I just needed one more coach under me. So I'm like, I'm going to sign Alan up. You know, if it's going to advance you to the next step, for you to sign your spouse up, I strongly encourage that, as long as they're cool with it, because you're going to need their social insurance number to do it. But as long as they're okay with that and it's going to benefit you, I strongly encourage that. It doesn't mean you're going to have just those 2 coaches forever. It just means that right then and there you're Emerald, and it'll give you access to your bonuses and everything like that. So that's just another kind of way of cutting corners, if you will.
For sure. And so my homework, I guess, for you guys would be, think of 5 people that would benefit from this lifestyle. Is it a friend or a family member, a coworker, maybe your neighbor? I want you to write them down and then reach out to your coach, because after this, you do want to have like a one-on-one call just to make a month plan and whatnot. So in those calls that I have with my girls, I'm going to be asking you about those 5 people. And then we can maybe make a plan on how to navigate conversations or present them with the opportunity without across like super salesy or pushy or anything like that. So think of 5 people that you think would benefit from this, because it only takes 2 of them to get to your rank advancement. So
Amazing. What's next here? Oh, community tools. Perfect. Guys, we are like so lucky to have all the tools that we have. Like, it's insane what Beachbody offers us and what we create ourselves to make everything work for us. The Instagram pods are an absolute game changer. I have about 5 pods on the go. Yes, they're a little bit intimidating sometimes, because sometimes I'll leave my phone for about an hour and I'll come back and it's just like, whoa, I need to catch up on like 5 different chats. This is insane. But the way I do it is I have my Bod Squad pod, which is just more or less the community feel, the coaching community feel. There's the runners chat for people who really want to do something with this. I have a challenger chat. So I have a Lift 4 chat going. It's been ongoing since the start of my Lift 4 program. And every single person that's on my challenge tracker for that program is also on my Lift 4 chat. The nice thing about that is it simplifies your life. I used to every Monday individually message every single one of the people who I signed up. And I just got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to put them all on one chat, and I'm going to send a morning Monday motivation post in there, ask how everybody's weekend is, ask what everyone's goals are for this week, ask if anyone's having any troubles or struggles. And then from there, if somebody is having a struggle or a problem where they literally don't want to say it in front of a whole bunch of people, that'll be their cue to message me personally. But at least there it simplifies my life, because it's going to get to a point where you're like me and I have like 50 challengers. So in that sense, I literally can't on a Monday sit there and message each of them individually. So that is super, super important to implement. It really saved my life when it came to time consumption and everything like that. The My Challenge tracker is something that is being phased out, but it's still active at this time. They are actually going to be putting everything so there's the Nutrition Plus app, there's the BOD app, and there's the My Challenge Tracker app. Beachbody is once again making our lives a little bit easier, and they're going to be putting all 3 of those apps into the BOD app. So not only will you find your workouts and your Fixate program and your nutrition, where you can log your containers as your day goes on, you can also log your workouts right on that app. So it's all just going to be simplified in one area. And through that comes BOD groups, and that's where you will be posting your daily posts as a coach, keeping track of everybody who's tracked their workouts and their shakes. So it's going to look similar to the My Challenge Tracker app. It's just moving to a different platform. Does everyone understand that? That starts early May. So I think we're going to be doing our 50 days of summer will be right when that's going on. So it's going to be like our
you
trial
mentioned
run.
that page, because I was getting like some writer's block through these last pages, like I mentioned to you. So I'm definitely going to be editing this to add that little blurb in there so they know to look out for that feature.
Perfect. So the Facebook pages, and this is sort of what as a coach, I kind of like to ease my coaches into all of this craziness, because it can be a lot. You guys get to know it really fast and how it all sort of works. But there's so many different platforms that we use, and it's once again to just simplify our life. So we have the BOD Squad Facebook page. That is where all of our team calls will be posted. That is where we will shout out our recognitions. That is where we will welcome new coaches to the team and new faces. That is where we will upload files for any sort of coaching needs we may have. This file, for example, will be on there. I've uploaded my user guide. I'm pretty sure Ashley uploaded her user guide. We have the sample forms in there for getting paid. So utilize that page to your best ability, but more like chitter chatter throughout the day happens in the Instagram pods. So just know the difference there. And then on top of that, we have our April quarantine page. That is your page to be plugging your challengers into as soon as you get them on. So we have over 70 people in that group already, and we literally opened it how many weeks ago, Ash? Like 3 or 4 weeks ago? pretty sure like right at the beginning of March, we started implementing the March movement. And honestly, guys, we have 70 members in there. So that's why I went on there the other day and asked if we could each be doing like a daily post, because that is how we're going to get traction in there and people feeling comfortable about posting. And it's working. Like, I've now gone through that feed and I'm excited because I'm like, wow, people who aren't even coaches are going on there and sharing about their workouts, sharing their recipes, talking about their like something that may be making them fatigued in their workout. Like, these are all things that they can do. And it's just been so crazy watching it grow. What's up? Huh.
It was you.
What?
It was you.
I'm on a call right now. Go, please. Sorry. It's like blaming me for something. Anyways.
Not right now, Alan.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, Alan, 1 second. I'm on a call. Thank you. So yeah, anyways, so yeah, that's how the different Facebook pages work. And as coaches, we need to be keeping up with that. So once everybody who we've asked to do a post has done their posts, we're going to ask you again. So be ready for that, because we want to keep that momentum going in there, and we want to keep that community growing and growing and growing. Alyssa has her own Facebook fitness community similar to what we're trying to achieve here. She's got 800 members in there. So just think of what can really blow up if we all start adding our girls into there and using it as a platform to communicate and share motivation and recipes and memes and everything like that. So that is what that one is for. But yeah, does anybody have questions about how that all looks? I know that's a lot.
Just want to add on to that though, ladies, like even with your 2 free week challenge groups, those ladies, plug them into that page. I still have girls that are in there that they're not signed up with anything, but they're going to see all of us connecting. They're going to see like the progress photos, the questions, the celebrations, etc. And it creates FOMO, you know, just because they don't want to sign up for it now doesn't mean we're going to kick them out of there. We're going to keep them in there, and they're going to get to see what they're missing out on, and hopefully they eventually come around. So definitely be plugging in your 2 free week challenges in there too. I strongly recommend it. So then to just wrap things up, I just want to express that there is never going to be a time that you're not learning or growing or training. So don't get discouraged. Like, everyone learns at their own pace. We're constantly striving to be better and do better, and we're always looking for fresh new ways to spice things up. I think that Paige and I, like our wheels are always freaking turning, and we're always messaging each other and bouncing things off of each other, trying to find ways to set our team apart. We've implemented some things we've learned from our upline, but we've also brought in like so much new flavor. And it's funny because it's also inspired our upline to kind of switch things up for herself. Because, you know, you never, if something works for you at one point, you never just want to get comfy there, because you're going to run into a point where that doesn't work for you anymore. You want to be ready to like jump on the saddle with something else, right? So I think I speak for everybody when I say we're super excited to have you ladies on the team. I hope that this was like super informative, and hopefully it kind of sparked some questions you may have. If you have questions, write them down. Going forward past this, I do still want to schedule one-on-ones with my coaches, just so that I can sit with you, talk about your month plan, set some goals, and kind of just create a plan for like you specifically, how you can reach those goals. Everyone's going to have different goals. Everyone's going to have different questions. So after this call, I want you to sit down, look through your notes, jot down any questions, maybe create some goals, and then reach out to the coach who signed you up and set up a one-on-one call so that we can start making some moves.
And for Tina's coaches, I'll sit in on that call as well. All of my brand new coaches that are adding new coaches to their team, I'm happy to sit in on those calls with you and come up with a plan with you. Let this all soak in, you guys. It is a lot of information. You can go back once Ashley uploads this to the page. You can go back, you can look into it all. Ask as many questions as you want. We're always here to answer anything that we may have said on the call where you're like, I didn't quite understand that. We're here to support you through your entire journey. And like Ashley said, don't get comfortable where you're at. So just because you kicked ass last month, ladies, don't get comfortable, because I'm having a hard time this month because I wasn't making the connections I was making that I normally make through the whole entire month last month, because I hit my goal early. And then I kind of just like continue to upload my workout, continue to share my shakes, but wasn't really doing the like behind the scenes work that I normally do because I had already hit that goal. But all that's doing for me this month is making me have to work 10 times harder, because normally half of the connections you make in the month before are what give you the sales for the month after. I mean, sometimes you'll be making connections and that month they're like, okay, ready, I'm ready, sign me up. And other times they want to continue watching. So just make sure that you're always connecting, you're always showing up, and we will meet you where you're at. So even if you're a coach that like signed up, you wanted to know a little bit of the information, you want to kind of share a little bit of your journey, you don't want to go balls to the walls right away, you're not looking to really grow much of your business, we'll meet you where you're at. You can stay in certain chats where it's more just a community thing. We don't want to push you to where you don't want to be. We're here to push the people who want to be where we're sitting to get to those places, but we're not here to do that for people who aren't interested in that right this second. It doesn't mean that down the road you may not be, but right now in this moment, we don't want you to ever feel like we're making you do all of these things. These are just things that worked for us, and we're happy to meet you wherever you're at. So when we sit down and have our one-on-one, start thinking a little bit about like what we can do as coaches to support you and your goals and where you want to go with this. Not specifically where we want you to go or where we are going or where we're at. Specifically where you want to go and how we can support you will be the best things to bring to that call for sure. And the five people that you like. So
yeah, definitely.
5 people. Perfect.
Yeah, for sure. Like ladies, you just because we want to go and shoot for the stars doesn't mean that you have to. And by all means, we're always going to give you all the tools that you need and plug you into every single community, chat, resources, etc. But if that's not where you want to be, like if you don't want to be in those group chats, they're too much for you. We're not going to be upset if you remove yourself. We plug you in there so that you're welcome. But if you want to step back from those kind of things, like having all of it can be overwhelming. And like Paige said, we're not here to pressure you. You've just expressed interest in this opportunity. And until you tell us like, hey, that's not what I want from this, we're just going to give you everything that worked for us and pump you up. If you want to run with this, let us know. If you're like, hey, I want to shoot for the stars with you, please express that. If you just want to do this for more accountability, like that's cool too. So definitely when you're getting on those one-on-ones, think about where you see yourself in this business, how you think you can get there. And when you get there, what you see for yourself as well, right? Just really envisioning like a 2-3 year plan with this essentially will allow us as coaches to know, okay, well, if that's where you see yourself in 2-3 years, this is the kind of work we need you to do now type thing. So like she said, if you're running, we're running with you. If you're jogging, we're jogging with you. If you're walking, girl, I'm walking too. So.
Well, we're running, but we'll help you walk.
Well, yeah, like we're sprinting, but
we'll sprint,
I'll slow down for you, for sure.
We'll meet you where you're at. We won't like, if you want to walk with this business, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. 100%. This community is like nothing else. And even just like Allie, for example, she's one of our discount coaches, and she is one of the most active people in our chats. So just because she doesn't want to build the business doesn't mean she doesn't want to be a part of the community and be a part of our meetups and everything. So always know that if you don't want to run, you're still invited to our socials. You're still invited to our group chats. Like it doesn't matter. Like I said,
Ashley,
you know where you're at.
Ashley had asked me when she was considering this opportunity, she said, what are the requirements? There is none. There is no requirements. It is whatever you want it to be. Like literally what you put in is what you get out.
Well, the only requirement is the $18 a month fee, but that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's nothing, right? Like,
$18 a month, and honestly, just the passion to be and do better, you know? If all you want is the discount, babe, that's all you get. I'm never going to be that coach being like, oh, did you sign up this many people? Why aren't you signing up this many people? I need you to sign up this many people. I need you to do this. I want you to do that. You have to do this. Never. You're never going to get that from me until you tell me, Ashley, I want to run. I want you to push me to be better and do better. I want to get here. What do I do? That's when I'm going to come in and I'm going to push you. If you tell me to push you, girl, I'm pushing. But I'm not going to be that person that's like, I need you to get to this rank. Like, I need you to do this. No, I need you to do whatever makes you happy. And I need you to get out of this, like, get what you want out of this. So that's going to look different for everybody always.
Totally. So just know that, guys, because I don't want you to ever feel like we're like, oh, I have to post. Oh my God, I have to do this, or Paige and Ashley are going to be mad at me. Never, ever, ever, ever. We give you guys challenges and things like that just to push you out of your comfort zone and see like where you can go with those certain things, right?
Yeah.
So don't ever feel like you have to do anything we say. It's all on you. You are your own.
You don't have to do
person. This is your
anything,
business,
girlfriend.
right?
You don't have to do anything, but if you don't do anything, you're going to get nothing out of this.
Totally.
You pour into this and it's going to flourish. So definitely what you get or what you put into it is what you get out of it. And I am so excited to have my one-on-one calls with you girls. I'm so excited for you girls to have your one-on-one calls with your coaches so that we can get to know you a bit better, see where you want to be with this, and work with you accordingly.
Totally.
Yay.
Does anybody have anything they want to say or ask, or we can maybe unmute everybody, or we can just wrap it up? How are we feeling, guys? Is that a lot to digest, or was it okay? Like,
Can you stop sharing your screen so I can get everyone in the same frame?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Hold on a second. Do I just?
I think you just press stop share up there.
Perfect. There we go. Perfect.
Oh my God, now where'd everybody go?
Oh, you know.
Oh, there we are. Okay, Ashley, figure it out. I just want to take a little boomerang. We had so many more girls on here earlier, but I just wanted to get to it. All right. Smile. Oh my gosh, I clicked exit instead of save. Okay, smile. There we go. Save. Thank you so much for taking the time, ladies. This honestly was much lengthier than they usually are, so please don't think that every time we call for a call, it's going to be an hour and a half or 2 hours long. And as time goes on, we'll find a way to condense the information. You just got some chatty Cathys for coaches. What?
I just got a Success Club trip message. It doesn't say that I'm on the trip yet, but it does say, Dear Paige, you are number 1,938 on the opt-in leaderboard to be invited to register for the 2021 Success Club trip in Riviera.
That's
so
amazing.
It says that as rooms become available, we will send out invitations using Success Club point ranking from 2019 in descending orders of points accrued to those who have joined the opt-in list.
That's
so
amazing.
My heart is like pounding right now. Like, that's crazy because April was like 3,000 and I'm 1,938 and she got an invitation. So like, I'm way further along than her. So like,
so
oh, my heart is just racing right now. That was so cool to see.
I thought it was going to be an email for this year and I was like, that is such a cruel email to send.
No, it's for next year, but know that, because I'm almost positive, if she doesn't, she's nuts. But if Alyssa doesn't ask Ashley to go on next year's trip, then I'm bringing Ashley, of course. But if she does, I'm definitely going to be bringing one of my coaches that has been rock star shiny. So like, one of my coaches that is making a lot of moves this year, she will be my guest for that trip. So just know that.
And ladies, so you know how it works. It's how you did in 2019 that'll get you on 2021's trip. So 2020 is going to be working, like this year right now is going to be working towards 2022, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, yes, it kind of sucks that it's like, okay, like the trip is still a bit away, but frick, it's still a frickin' trip and they're awesome and they're fun. And like Paige said, there's like ways that you guys can earn being able to go on next year's trip just by working super hard this year. Like anybody who gets to go on next year's trip, if they're on our team and they have a +1, you girls are going. It's just who worked their butt off to earn that spot, right? Like we as coaches had to earn that with our hard work, so we would only expect the same from you. But the cool thing about being a +1 is, aside from like essentially your spending on your travel, like that trip is paid for, whereas when you earn a free spot, you still have to continuously earn Success Club points to be able to pay the trip off. So like you earn your spot on the trip, but you still have to earn the money to pay for it. It doesn't mean that you can't go if you don't earn the Success Club money. You would just have to pay like out of pocket to go. So
And
a
like
+1 is pretty freaking cool.
totally. And Alyssa is at the point now, like she had until like 2 months ago, she had a Success Club 20 streak for 35 months. So she was able to use those Success Club points to upgrade to like oceanfront rooms and everything like that. So like there's different tiers in the Success Club trips, and the more points you have, the more access you have to like the cooler rooms and everything like that. So
Like her room was gonna have like its own private pool this year. Like I just feel so bad for those
I
girls.
know I feel bad too, but it'll just mean that they're going to try to make it bigger and better next year.
For sure.
I'm just, oh shit.
What? Oh, I don't know what's going on. I think we're pretty much done though. I'm not sure. She's kind of